Namaskar. Welcome to Lunar Astro. So today's topic, I have only one question. Can we change our future? Can we time travel and do things? What science says about it? What science says about traveling back and doing something which is impossible? How does Jyotish comes into picture? What were the ancient techniques? What our Rishis were giving out, and how they're aligned with the scientific theories as well. So this is going to be a different series as compared to the traditional Vedic astrology series which I'm doing till now. But what you will understand during this series is all those questions: can we change our karma? Because you see, the Shastra says every single karma you have done, you have to be accountable for it. So if you cannot change your karma, the Shastra is very sure about it. Then why Rishis are giving out remedies? There has to be a reason. What remedies actually do? And we'll look into practical cases. What actually happens after remedies? Because if you see, whenever I give out remedies, I have a very specific habit. After giving out remedies, I tell people this is what you can expect. And the first thing you will expect is something bad will happen, like something will break in your house, things will go bad. Because I'm that sure of the particular remedy or any remedy which I give out. Once you do that remedy, a negative energy has to go out. Why that is happening? So can we change future? Because if the Shastra says you cannot change, you have to do every single karma you have done. You have to be accountable for it. And this is in the, if you read the Ramayana, there is a Lakshmana Gita, which is the conversation between the Nishad, who was a friend of Lord Ram, and Bhagwan Lakshman. And Nishad was very emotional towards Lord Ram. So when Nishad was, expressing his grief that why Ram has to go through all this pain, then Bhagwan Lakshman says, nobody in this world can make you happy and sad, happy or sad. Nobody can do good or bad for you. What you actually do is you face your own karma. That is what comes in front of you. So if this is a theory, then why we are doing remedies and why we are studying such a complicated subject with so many parameters? What is the use of doing a remedy? What is the use of donation? Then if I have to face any karma, then I will live happily anyhow. I will stop doing any dharma. So I'll come to that point as well because these are your questions. These are not my questions. And I will clear that. And I said it on Facebook. I do not have short answers. I will get back to you once we have completed with it. So I'll start with a very scientific theory regarding the time travel. So scientist says, and this is Albert Einstein, and this is the scientific view on time travel. This is what the Einstein and Newton discussed about. So Newton says time is linear, so it goes in a straight line. Then the Einstein came in and says it's not linear, it slows down, it picks speed, it's like a bumpy ride. And if you travel from one point to another point at a very large speed, a very good speed, and this speed cannot is not achievable even by the largest nuclear bomb. But if you manage to travel, by the time you reach there and come back, it will be 30,000 years on Earth, while it will be 10 years for you only. So this is a basic theory which scientists propose. The second question, which and this is from the this is from the Journal of New York and from New York College, because these are the questions, and you read through it, the different books on time travel, and you will understand what I'm talking about. That what if you can go back in time and kill your own parents? What if you kill yourself? What if you get stuck in that particular zone only? So I will answer that question as well from the Jyotish and scientific point of view as well. But time travel is possible because you have to you have to travel X amount of space in a Y amount of time. This is the basic theory. This is space-time continuum. If you can break the space and time, you can travel future and back in the time period. Now, what the Jyotish does is, and see the greatness of the legendary Rishis, they knew about space and time continuum. That is why what Maharishis did is they looked at the sky from the point of view from where they were standing, and they divided the sky into 12 zones, and they call it as 12 Rashis or 12 signs. But they said it's not enough. We need to be more specific about the space. The more specific we get about space, the more specific we can predict events. So they what they did, they started dividing that 12 zones into minor divisions of D9, 3 degree 20 minutes each. Like you divide 30 degrees into 9 parts, you get 3 degree 20 minutes. Then they again divide it into 10 parts, you get 3 degree each. Similarly, they go up to the 150th division of 30 degrees, they come to zero point 0.4 degree. They become so specific and says this is the nadi amsha. In Jyotish terms, this is nadi amsha. And if you can predict based on this is going to be absolutely accurate prediction for the human being. So this is the division of space. But the second part, division of time, they said, okay, what we're going to do, we're going to pick up the most sensitive planet in the orbit, and that is moon. We're going to say where the moon is at the time of your birth, and based on that particular moon, we're going to say we're going to divide the time based on the moon. So what they did, they give you dashas. In Western astrology, they give you progressions, movement of planet 1 degree each year. So division of time was done, Mahadasha, Antardasha, Pranadasha, Sukshma Dasha, all different dashas they gave out to you. And this was a division of time. So when you look with the help of space and time, you can look into future. Now you tell me what the scientists were telling me about space and time, what the Rishi was telling me about space and time. They both are talking the same thing. Now, when you can see into future, can you change it? This is the main feature of it. And this is the same question the scientists are asking, that when even if we travel back and can we get stuck into it, can we do something which is not even possible? So scientists came up with this particular view that even if, and listen to this very carefully, because you'll understand how close rishis are to the modern theories, or modern rishis. I will say call them modern rishis. Modern rishis are very close to what the Rishi Parashara is telling you. So scientists are telling you this, that even if you do something which is like get stuck in time, you get killed over there, but you will die in a parallel universe, because there are multiple universe exist. So let's suppose even you travel back and you try to kill your parents, you will kill someone, but that particular person will be genetically look like your parent, but in different realm. There are different types of parallel universe exist. In that universe, you will kill someone. I will come to the part of the Maharishis are telling you. And this is in different, this is the Samvad of Bhagwan Lakshman and Nishad. And I want to point out one particular word, and listen this very carefully, because here it is gets very interesting. Because Bhagwan Lakshman says, because he insulted Narad in a form of human when he was on the land of earth, that is why to complete that karma he has to travel to earth. So it means any karma which would have been done in the realm of Saturn, he would have traveled to the realm of Saturn or the land of Saturn to complete that karma. It was only because he did that mistake on earth, he has to, the Lord, Bhagwan Ram has to come back on earth to complete a karma. This means whenever we do a remedy, what is remedy actually? Remedy is, let me give you a remedy, very simple remedy. What I'm telling you to do is on the lunar eclipse, as I mentioned in my magazine as well. And people who have got physical copy, we have also got the electronic copy as well in your accounts. There's a separate section I've made for remedies, because I keep on updating remedies. And sometimes due to the printing part, it's not possible to give out all remedies at one point of time. So you can go to the remedial part in the account section. Now I'll come to the remedial part. What the remedy is, I'm telling you on Chandra Grahan. This is timing. I'm giving a division of time. You have to draw a particular yantra. And if you can draw this yantra sitting in a temple, that is your space. So what is space actually? All these different Jyotirlings, all Shakti Peeth, all different temples, they are your space. And why they are space? Why this space is so important? because they're aligned to every different nakshatra. And what nakshatra does, they transmit their energy to the temples. Why are the pyramids aligned to the Ardra nakshatra only? Every single monument which were built by ancient people, they were very specific that it should get the energy of star, because that is space. Once you get the energy of that star, you can do a particular ritual on that particular area and it will give you more effect, because the energy of the land is very high. So the ritual is visit a particular place at a particular time. So you make space and time, and when you do a remedy on that time period, what you can do is you can alternate some portion of your future. Now, what happens with the remedy is, like in chart of Lord Ram, if you see on the screen right now, you will find out he has a Mars in seventh house, and people do not know Jyotish. Mars in seventh house means seventh house is your west part. You know, it's a west direction. In the sign of Capricorn, Capricorn is a south direction. He was about to be crowned as a king, and he was doing the Bhumi Puja, the puja of Mars. He was praying for the land. But what happened during that point of time was, because he has to pay the karma of that particular land, he was given exile. And see where he traveled. Now you can easily say it's in seventh house west. It's in Capricorn sign south, so it is southwest. But you have to travel southwest. But this is where it gets interesting, because Mars is special position. Remember, the special position in Capricorn. It is exalted in Capricorn, so that is why south took over. He traveled to south, and look at the map. He traveled exactly south first. Then he traveled across the west portion. There's a straight line. He went to the extreme part of the west zone, and then he traveled again south. So this is how the southwest condition was fulfilled. Whenever you will do any remedy, what will happen after that is you will be given chance to solve that particular karma related to that particular planet by providing a challenge. And once you solve that challenge, once you get over it, like some people will get an upset stomach as an instant reaction of wearing a ruby. This is the first thing which will happen to you. There are other things depending on everyone's chart which will happen after wearing a particular stone. And as I'm telling, I predicted like 4 or 5 people continuously on the Facebook groups that what will be the dream you must have seen after doing a remedy, because this is the effect of doing a remedy. You will be connected to the outer world, and these dreams are signals that these things are about to happen in your life. Now, once you do that particular remedy, any remedy, the challenge will be given out, because most of the people, what they will do is they will wake up, and this is what gurus do. They give you directions for what, where the most challenging aspect of your life is, so that you can solve it in this particular lifetime, get over with it, and you can continue your journey. Because what will happen if your journey is not complete, like you will born again in some other form, all your karma related to earth should be completed in human form. That is why the remedies are given, so that you can travel in that direction. And this is why what I'm telling you, let's suppose you do a remedy of Mars, and your Mars is in a sign of, you pick up, it's like Lord Ram Mars was in Capricorn sign. A Capricorn is like an island, because it has water, it has sand, and Capricorn is extremely difficult conditions. So he had to travel to all those difficult terrain during his journey to complete his karma. Like, let's suppose I give you a remedy of Saturn, a very simple remedy. I ask you to wear a uh, blue sapphire. What will happen after that? What do you think will happen after that? Are you going to become very rich very very soon, or you're going to get the job change? The first encounter you will have is regarding the Saturn is, the first effect will come to the people who are working under you. The first effect will come to you that there will be interaction with animals. There will be people who are very downgraded, and they will come to you. Why these people are coming to you? I always say planets visit you. When they require something, the first thing they do is they visit you and they ask for something which is unexpected out of. Like one of my students, they did Sundarkand, and then what will happen? Like how does the Saturn remedy will get falit? You will get a challenge to live amongst the people you never like. You will hate them. Like their habits will be of extremely mean kind. You'll feel like, I mean, humans are not like this. But that's what Saturn is. Extremely mean. They are going to teach you the meaning of life in mean methods by using their mean methods. So what you're doing is once 2 years, 3 years, you have done that certain time period. Karma with Saturn is over. After that, Saturn will not trouble you throughout the life because your karma is over. I mean, unfortunate are those people who do not even know what they have to do, what the karma they have to do in their life to get these things fulfilled. I mean, if Ram would not have traveled to Lanka, he would not have killed so many bad people on the way. He would have never been satisfied person in his life. Now, when at the end of your life, I mean, the most of the people who regret their life in the end portion are the ones who have not taking chances, risk, or they feel guilty that they could have done better in this life. What remedies do is they provide you opportunities to solve it. They provide you ways to solve it. They provide you resources to solve it. Like you might have a karma with like one of the person I know, it is sun second house. Now second house is a wealth, and the sun second house in a sign of Gemini. So it's like siblings wealth. The moment he did the sun remedy, he faced challenges related to the division of property. Theft happened at the family, like sun third house. They will theft happens once you do the remedy. Theft happened at the house. But after this, the family was together for last 20-25 years, but everyone was not happy in that house. Once that money was gone, once that division was happening, now they say, I wish I could have done it earlier. Now I'm more happy person. Now I've grown up. Because that the son third house was holding him to live a very comfortable, peaceful life. Like son is a king, king needs to live like a lavish lifestyle. He was not able to live it. That's afflicted son. He was not able to live it because he was stuck there in some third house. That thief has to come to steal his money so that the division can happen and he can go alone in his life. So this was a karma he had. Now, whenever you will perform a remedy, like the Chandragrahan remedy, why I'm telling you to draw Yantra, and Yantra is again, I will continue this series depending on the reactions, depending on what if you want to listen it, because I do not know whether people will be interested in listening this kind of subject. As I always say, I've not even started to give out 1% of the astrology till now. There's a lot more which I can give out, but the thing is people are interested in, and this is common problem with everyone. Like, so let's suppose I have told sun third house, people will not focus on it, they will not test it, they will say, so what about sun fourth house? What they do not understand is, if they can understand the logic of sun third house, sun in all the 12 houses, it will come to them. You will not get to learn the Jyotish until and unless you start defocusing on your chart and start focusing on something else. Jyotish comes in. Like example, what I'm telling you right now, space and time, is something which you cannot find in books. It is not, it will come to your head when you're too much focused on this some other part, like future travels. How do future travel happens? If Rishis were doing it, they actually knew and they must have written it somewhere within the BPHs. So I've not even given out 1% of what I know till now because people are not interested to listen the true meanings of Jyotish. They're interested in their own part. But anyhow, the yantra part. Why I'm asking you to draw a yantra on a particular day? So yantra, like how you travel from one place to another, like how you talk on your phone from one phone to another phone, and people who know the electronic engineering or engineering background, they know every word, every number on your phone has a frequency. So when you dial a particular number, a frequency dials in. And based on that particular frequency, and every frequency has a wavelength, every frequency has a shape. When it has a shape, it means it's a yantra. You can draw it, you can map it out. What I'm trying to give out to you is make sure that you draw a yantra in number of 108. Why 108? Because yantras are very interesting, and I will discuss them in detail. You have two portions of your brain, left and right. There are different yantras now, right? So there are yantras of moon, there are yantras of sun, there are bisa yantra, dasam yantra, pandra yantra, and every one of them has to be customized according to your own chart. But to communicate with someone, like I have to communicate with moon on that day, or I have to communicate with Saturn on that day, I have to communicate with Venus on that day. What I have to do, I have to draw the pattern of their frequency. If I can chant the mantra, wonderful, while drawing the mantra. I mean, you can play it on YouTube. If you can chant the Gayatri of that particular planet on that day, like let's suppose, like you can draw three of the yantras. You can draw either Saturn yantra, you can draw either the Shukra yantra, or draw the Moon yantra. Moon yantra more powerful on that day. So, and this is a very basic. Like I'm not going into details like how you have to draw it, which particular combination you have to use it. I'm not going into any details because I want you to experience magic first. I want you to understand how actually by just drawing one particular pattern 108 times, if you can feel the effect. What will happen if I ask you to draw it on a copper plate or a silver plate or on sitting in a particular posture in a particular time period? What will happen then? So when you draw a particular yantra, your brain is getting aligned to a particular frequency now. Like whenever you draw squares, that is sun. Now when you draw a moon yantra, you are actually starting to communicate in the realm of that planet moon, so that whatever trouble moon has in your chart, let's suppose you have moon rahu combination, moon ketu combinations, moon saturn combination, whatever communication combinations you have in chart, that particular combination from the realm of moon, there has to be karma of moon you might have done, due to which you have got this particular combination in chart. You'll start getting thoughts that I should do this to solve this problem. I should visit this particular place. I should call this particular person to guide me. That drawing of yantra and that communication which is happening, what you're drawing, you're going to solve that problem in your life completely. So that it never ever bothers you again. Like some people, they continuously live their life with the problems. They never get the courage to solve it. And that is why I always say, the knowledge is only for the brave people. This knowledge was made for kings only. It was not made for common people. Because king has the courage, all the kings had the courage, or the rishis had the courage to go ahead and solve their karma. So what I'm trying to teach you, when you draw a Shukra yantra, you're going to experience, you're going to get to the realm of Shukra, you're going to get messages from there. Because yantras are made to communicate with different people. But let's suppose you're drawing the Shukra yantra, going to the a particular Devi sthan, then the effect is like 100,000 times. This one time, like all these different books will tell you, do 1,25,000 Jaap of Gayatri, do 19 lakhs Japs of this. It's not possible for a human to do this. So what you have to do is you have to pick up one time, and there are ways to do a Jaap where you can do it in one night, and the month or the yantra gets said in that particular night only. Like how you'll make a customized mantra or yantra for you. So we'll discuss on that topic, but start with on the lunar eclipse, start with making the moon yantra, and you will realize that you can alter that future. So I hope this space time travel series has I was able to convey what was in my mind, because sometimes what it goes in my head and what comes out, sometimes it differs, and the way you understand it is again, depends on your level of understanding. So I hope you like the video, and I'll see you guys next time. And I'll continue the series depending on how we get along with this particular video. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye bye.